Alright, welcome to Season 6, Race 21 of my F1 2020 My Team Career Mode, the penultimate episode of F1 2020 My Team Career Mode, or at least for me. With F1 2021 coming out in about a week and a half or so. And yeah, we're here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the qualifying actually turned out pretty well in terms of the scenario I'm looking for. Worked out on the first try, oddly enough. Qualified 7th, so I'm in the top 10. And I got the 4 title rivals in front of me. Leclerc, who's really on the outs looking in. He's 29 out coming into this race. And then Verstappen, who's the championship leader. And then Ricciardo, who is second, and then myself in third. Check the standings. I'm 12 back, Ricciardo's 4 back, and Verstappen as the lead. Now, interestingly enough, Pierre Gasly got the pole in his Renault. Carlos Sainz in third. I feel like we're going to see some engine penalties that could shuffle up the front of the grid. We'll find out, but I'm kind of suspicious. But I think with my starting spot, my goal is going to be get ahead of Verstappen and Ricciardo going into turn 1, and then just beat them. Because I'm 12 points back. I want a better shot of being in the title fight going into Abu Dhabi. So, in order to do that, I have to finish ahead of Verstappen and Ricciardo. So it's good for me that they're starting right in front of me. So I typically get good starts, so I could just launch, and I should be able to get them both in the turn 1 in the first couple turns. So yeah, think that works out pretty well. And if they have engine penalties, that's even better. And if they don't, then I can just do what I just said and just get them into the first few turns and then just stay in front of them. And I honestly won't mind if Leclerc stays ahead, just to make things a little more interesting and keep him alive going into the final race. I really wish Bottas and Hamilton were in the fight too, but unfortunately they are eliminated. They cannot win the Drivers' Championship at this rate. And actually, I think Ferrari might be in a very good spot to win the Constructors' Championship, given that their cars are starting up front. And I guess Mercedes are too. But I just got a better feeling about Ferrari over Mercedes. So yeah. We'll probably do the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix probably Monday. No threat of rain in the race, and yeah, we'll just go straight to the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Formula One returns to Sao Paulo once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his 3rd championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit, and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness, and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Pierre Gasly lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Ricciardo. The owner-driver, Kvyat, Ocon, and Luca Giotto, Albon, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Matsushita, Aitken, Magnussen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Nick de Vries. Russell, Latifi, Calderon, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. It's almost time for those
So there were not the grid penalties I was expecting, so Pierre Gasly got pole strictly on pace, which is very interesting, and he's obviously a contender to win this race. One stop will likely be going to mediums instead of hards. And I also think it's kind of interesting how guys like Albon and Norris, who've been performing well recently, are now all of a sudden outside the top 10. I guess that's just the way it works with these later seasons of the game.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature. Okay, here's who we're really fighting today, Ricciardo and Kvyat. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
So even though I'm starting on the better line, which is the odd number line, I think that's the better line in this case. I would actually prefer to be starting on the inside, but because of where I'm starting, I sort of have to, sort of in order to pass Ricciardo, I have to get underneath him, going from right to left, or just sort of cross over and pass him before turn 1, which is not a very long run down to that corner. I anticipate we could see a rewind or two. We will see.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, here we go. The grid has formed up. Getting ready for the penultimate race of my career mode here on F1 2020. 5 red lights. We're underway! Okay, I'm actually gonna rewind because I'm not sure that I felt like I got front wing damage. Okay. Managed to barely stay off of him. Let's go from right there. By Verstappen, and Ricciardo, just as anticipated, now to P5, potentially into P4.
All right, we're looking good so far.
Well, that wasn't a good turn. That won't work. Bottas actually got the lead from Gasly on the start. So Bottas, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz, and myself, P5, with Verstappen in P6 and Ricciardo in P7. You know, sometimes when I come out of a save, it just goes straight like that. Verstappen and Ricciardo.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Those two are going at it. Look how close that was.
Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilize some of this energy.
Four-car breakaway towards the front.
We're leading our teammate by 2.9 seconds.
I didn't even notice Verstappen making a move there on the bottom. Yeah, his front wing's alright. Here comes Ricciardo making a move. Side by side, Ricciardo and Verstappen. Two former Red Bull teammates duking it out, and I think Ricciardo has him for the spot. So for the moment, Daniel Ricciardo has jumped Max Verstappen.
Let's see if we can catch the car ahead. The gap is 5 seconds. In front is a second a lap faster, 1 second.
Oh, and Danny Kvyat's now making a move on Max Verstappen as Ricciardo nearly wrecked trying to pass me. Whoa! Danny Kvyat has gotten by Verstappen, and he could be challenging Ricciardo here. No, Sill's in between, so not working out too well for the point leader, Verstappen. Going through the final straight is Ricciardo closes in. Not going to pass done that easily. Have a tiny bit of damage to that front wing, but should be fine. Oh, did Kvyat make a move on Ricciardo? He did. Now AlphaTauri is pretty stout in a straight line, from the looks of it. He tried to make a pass, does not work. falls back in line behind Ricciardo.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy that.
Still want to change on the hards, but obviously that's not what we're going to do. We are going to change onto a set of medium tires. Oh, and Verstappen is under attack again, this time by Esteban Ocon. Oh, and I really cut Ricciardo off there. See it. I just sort of cut down on him. And that bunched up the whole field behind him.
Bottas is leading the race.
Maybe not for long though, because Pierre Gasly, not Renault, is sticking right to his rear diffuser. And here comes Ricciardo again. Makes a move to the outside, he's not going to get it. Now Kvyat's really going to be attacking Ricciardo. And he's right there, and he is there, and he's going to... I think he's going to get Ricciardo for position here.
Our gap to the car in front is 12.6
Ooh,
seconds.
Kvyat with a lockup, but he gets the job done. Into P6. He did get Kvyat. That's interesting. Even though he's in the slipstream, even though he has the DRS, he doesn't have the speed to actually make a move on me, unlike Adam Ricciardo. So I guess that could be seen as an example of the speed deficiency between the top Mercedes powered cars and the AlphaTauri.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
Ford stuck there. So this cycle of pit stops is going to be really key in determining our position in the race. Obviously, I still want to be ahead of Verstappen and Ricciardo. Excuse me. Pit strategy saying lap 15, but for hard tires...
Okay, gap ahead is 16.6
I still feel
seconds.
like going into mediums is going to be the better way to go. And I didn't even get on the power quick enough to get even there. Got to press the ERS, which, as far as I'm aware, is not going to be in the game next year for this next iteration of the game. That's not happening yet. Sorry. Try to shoot for a lap 15 pit stop.
We expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Fiat might be under attack from Ricciardo here. We'll see.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards. We're leading our teammate by 2.8 seconds. Bottas is up in first place.
Fiat could be under attack from Ricciardo again. Not close enough to me.
Gap to car in front is 20.1 seconds.
Ricciardo actually managed to get back by Danny Kvyat and move back into P6.
Pit window open. Let's box this lap. Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left. Your pit window is open. Pit window is open. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
That was not in good corners. Looks like Charles Leclerc is the first to dive into the pits.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
This well.
Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
Question, what do the other championship holders decide to do? Ricardo tries to pass me. Look at that again. Yeah, he definitely tried to pass me. I was counting the hits. Ooh, yeah, Ricardo. Alfa Romeo that follows me in, as I actually will check. Leclerc and Sainz did go on 2 hard tires. They are good for the rest of the race. But, yes, they did. Okay.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Go, go, go. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
Bottas pits. Gasly continues on. See, what did Bottas do on his stop? Presumably hard tires. Oh, he went for medium tires. So he did the same strategy I did. Close. It's gonna be close to Bottas and Leclerc.
Lewis is in the pits.
Bottas is just gonna edge out Leclerc in the pits.
The gap to the car ahead is 10.4 seconds.
So I'm gonna beat Verstappen out. I'm actually gonna put a bit of a gap on him here. It does intrigue me now to see where Gasly comes out, sees the last of the leaders in pit, and also where Hamilton ends up coming out, or Ricardo coming out. He has not stopped yet. Gasly is going to come out in second. So no real changes there.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more.
How did Ricciardo beat me out of the pits? No, I gotta make an executive decision here. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know why he beat me out. He shouldn't have beat me out.
Right, come in at the end of this lap. Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
Let's try this again. Perhaps I was a little too unfocused.
Go, go, go. You'll be racing on the
Or not
exit.
focused
Complete.
enough.
Go now. Okay, you only have to
We did
stop
have better
once
pit stop
now.
that time.
One stop
That worked.
left.
2.4 as opposed to 3 seconds. I gotta nail it on these outlaps here.
Lewis is in for a stop. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre.
Okay. That turned out better.
Our gap to the car in front
Got
is
ahead of Ricciardo.
23.3
Alright, we're good.
seconds.
We're good. Do a mid-session save right there. Everything worked out exactly the way I wanted to. Back ahead of Ricciardo. And Yeah. So, to recap, Bottas is in the lead. In second is Gasly. Third is Leclerc. Fourth is Sainz. We are fifth. Ricciardo is sixth. Verstappen is seventh. So doing some quick math, if things finish as they are now, going into the final race, Verstappen will still have the lead, but he will only lead by 2 over Ricciardo. I will gain 4 points, and I'll be behind by 8. I want to say, if my math is correct. And then Leclerc.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.6 seconds.
He would get 6. Leclerc stays third, he would get 9. Or he would get 15, which would be 9 more. So he would cut the gap down to 20 points, but which is still mathematically eligible, but he would need a lot of stuff to happen for him to be able to capture the title. And who knows? Still a long race to go.
Use your
Anything
overtake
can
button
happen
for more power.
In terms of DNFs and whatnot, so we'll see here how this race unfolds the rest of the way. I'm curious to see how I handle versus Ricciardo here this early part of the second stint. He went on hard tires. I'm on mediums, Verstappen's on mediums.
Okay, gap ahead is 23.9 seconds.
Early on in the run, we should be, in theory, better than Ricciardo. And that's sort of panning out as I'm putting a little bit of distance on him in the parts of the track where I'm best at, which is Sector 1 and Sector 3. Gasly just set the fastest lap of the race.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Understood, copy that.
Yeah, we are not stopping again. Get that out of your head, Jeff.
Gap to car in front is 25.1 seconds.
Hamilton again. Ricciardo might have a run here. Force him to go on the outside. Verstappen looking to the inside. He's got the spot. Verstappen back ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. That's not good.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. The gap to the car ahead is 26.5 seconds.
Quick second while I do a save, and I'll have to take care of something real quick. So, I will be right back momentarily. So, yeah, just 1 second.
boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Wanted to rough him up a little bit, didn't want to do that. That's good. Just slow him up. Come under attack by Daniel Ricciardo. Tries to go to the outside, doesn't work. Gasly might be looking to make a move here. I think he's got it. I think Pierre Gasly just took the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's take a look at it. He's been hounding Bottas for a while. And there he goes. He makes the move, and he gets it on the outside going into turn 1. New leader, Pierre Gasly. Sure if they'll be able to hold it, but they do have a fair amount of distance in front of them between themselves and Leclerc, so not in danger at the moment of bringing a third car into the fight.
More. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
Snapping again. Ocon is making a move on Hamilton. Ricciardo. He's making a move on Ricciardo. I always keep forgetting that Hamilton doesn't drive Mercedes in this season. He's driving my team, Monster Energy Racing. How do I keep mixing that up? I have no idea.
Front is 29.6 seconds. We're leading our teammate by 2.1 seconds.
Side. Work. Ooh, and is Ricciardo gonna get by? He will. Ricciardo back up to P6. Verstappen back down to P7. It's a very long train I've got behind me. What I've actually noticed is that since the lead change, Gasly has actually managed to build a gap to Bottas. He's extended that lead. Didn't realize Ricciardo got under me there.
burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. Okay, gap ahead is 32.0 seconds.
8 laps to go. Thank goodness Brazil is a relatively short lap. Not as short as Austria, but still close, off by only a couple seconds from Austria. And we're going here, going through. What I really consider to be the final corner. Building up just enough distance to Ricardo
You're
to
losing
keep
a small
him off
amount of
us.
time to the car behind. Keep pushing. One of the McLarens is up next.
Didn't mean to do that. Cut that little key there. That whole second sector just didn't feel right for whatever reason. Five laps to go this time by. Oops. looks like, barring any late changes, Pierre Gasly looks like he's going to waltz away with this victory after passing Bottas in the lead right after the second pit stop. Well, not right after, but a couple laps after.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to car in front is 36.1 seconds. Gasly has the lead.
Oops. This time.
Tyre condition is still looking good.
Tried another pass and it did not work. So now we're getting into the point of the night where I'm starting to get really tired. And that's using a lot of rewinds and flashbacks. As Esteban Ocon has overtaken Max Verstappen for P7, and that, if Verstappen cannot gain that spot back, that's a significant, well, not significant in terms of size, but in terms of meaning, I guess. It'll be a big drop for Verstappen in the standings.
Moving to Mix 2, fuel to Mix 2. The gap to the car ahead is 39.5 seconds.
Man, I just feel exhausted right now. Oh, no, it's not exhausted, sorry, we're just tired. Very tired right now. Another lap and a half. Come on, Sean, you can do it. You can gut it out. again. I cannot wait for this race to get over with so I can get ready to go to bed. Thankfully, we have finally arrived at the white flag lap. Ricardo making another move, coming to the white flag.
This is your final lap of the race.
Whoa, Ricardo. Whoa.
Our gap to the car in front is 42.3 seconds.
And Pierre Gasly, tip of the cap to him, he will win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz will come home with the fastest lap point unless Andy changes back here behind me.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
We have plenty of fuel to make it.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back.
That was on me. Here we come to the line. And that's not how I wanted that to go. Back to Ricardo. Not ideal. Gosh darn it, Ricardo. Just stick behind me. Don't ask you what to do. There we go. Finally.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way
Fifth
in.
place, I'll take it. Lance Stroll, driver of the day.
Another win for the team at Renault today. Really impressive stuff. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race it was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Renault team for their excellent win today.
And again, have to give props to Gasly. Started on pole, lost out to Bottas early, but then fought back hard and got the win. So credit to the Renault team. They just had the speed package this weekend, at least in Gasly's car. Excuse me.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Alright, so that was the Brazilian Grand Prix. Gasly, Bottas, Leclerc on the podium. Sainz, myself, Ricciardo, Esteban Ocon, Verstappen, Albon, and Hamilton in the top 10. Constructor standings first. Ferrari looked to be in pretty decent shape. I think Monster Energy Racing, our team, I think we're kind of out of it at this rate, especially with the way Hamilton's been running as of late. So it's going to come down to Ferrari and Mercedes. At the moment, I have to say advantage would have to go to Ferrari. Now the driver standings. Look at that. Look at that. Ricciardo Verstappen going into the final race of the season for the championship, tied for first place. And ourselves only 6 points back. Now that is amazing. I'll see as well, Charles Leclerc. He's also in the fight, but he's 18 points out. He needs help, a lot of help, in order to win the championship. But he can still do it. I mean, if he wins the race and he gets the fastest lap point, that gives him 26. And if Ricciardo or Verstappen finish, I guess myself too. Yeah, I think for Leclerc, it's like if he wins the race and he gets the fastest lap point, then Ricciardo and Verstappen would have to finish probably lower than 6th. They would have to be 7th or lower. And I think I could be a little higher, but not by much. But yeah, so like, you can have a situation like this race where Leclerc wins instead of finishing 3rd, and Ricciardo and Verstappen finish you know, 7th or 8th or something like that, and Leclerc can still win, so not totally unrealistic, but he is a long shot. So there you go. That was the Brazilian Grand Prix.
As much as I love seeing big numbers on the books, we don't get any benefit from leaving it in the bank. Let's spend some of this cash.
I think I messed up there with the sponsors, but I think I got them back. So I just gotta go put them back on the car. Just a glitch in the paperwork, I guess you can say. And there we go, that is one beautiful looking race car.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Alright, alright, alright. Well, that is it for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Next time is it the finale of the season, the finale of F1 2020, closing out the game for ever, I guess. So, I'll see you in the next one.